For generations you slept. No purpose, no call to wake you. The Grineer, seeds from the ruins of the old war, swallowing colonies whole. But there is hope. The Tenno, monuments of an ancient warrior caste, scattered across frail worlds. Together they fought back, bringing an end to an empire. Then they left, forgotten, like a dream. Wake up, Tenno. Wake up. The Lotus. Intro to Warframe. We had created monsters we couldn't control. We drugged them, tortured them, eviscerated them. We brutalized their minds, but it did not work until they came. And it was not their force of will, not their void devilry, not their alien darkness. It was something else. It was that somehow, from within the derelict horror, they had learned a way to see inside an ugly, broken thing and take away its pain. Ballast on Warframes. Clem! Hey guys, I know it's been quite a while since my last upload. As I've been saying time and time again on my community posts, I have been very busy as of late. There's just been so much to do at both my workplace and my personal life. Hi, hello, and welcome again everybody to another episode of Natural Juan. This time around, I'm going to discuss a video game that I'm very much into, Warframe. Before we start though, I'd like to invite you all to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications. Also, if you'd also like to support my channel and what I do here, you can check out my Patreon, PayPal, and Gcash information in the description below. Special shout out too to Mr. Jonathan Green, my patron in Patreon. With that out of the way, let us dream together of better things to come. Time to wake up, Tenno. Wake up! Warframe is a video game developed by Digital Extremes, a video game company from Canada that is also known for contributing for the development of BioShock 2 and the then not well known game Dark Sector. Near the beginning of the game's development, Dark Sector was once considered a part of Warframe's lore, with Dark Sector's protagonist, Hayden Tenno, being considered the first Tenno, or player character of Warframe. However, later on, as the game advanced and began becoming something more than the beta game it was commonly thought of, it moved away from this idea and began to become a different setting on its own, with its own deep and almost unfathomable lore. In the game proper, you play as one of the fabled Tenno, ancient and mystical warriors resembling ninjas of medieval Japan, who are endowed with powers that border on being something truly godlike. Opposing you are thousands upon thousands of enemies coming from different factions. While there are multiple baddies to watch out for in this game, the most common you will encounter are the mass-cloned Grineer, the greedy Corpus, and the monstrous and zombie-like Infestation. Caught between all this are common civilians and people who want nothing to do with the war between the major factions, and you, the Tenno, have been awakened to help them and keep them safe from the monstrous forces seeking to exploit or destroy them. Warframe takes place in a distant future where the world, as we once knew it, is all but forgotten. The Technocyte Plague, which gave rise to the infested faction, might have come from the same setting of Dark Sector, which, in turn, takes place in modern times as well, but that is all that links the two settings together. In Warframe's past, which can be measured in centuries at least, the Earth and the entire solar system was once ruled by an elite class called Orokin, who were known for their beauty, intelligence, and, most importantly, cruelty. Don't misunderstand me. While there were exceptions to this rule, there was no denying the fact that the Orokin were extremely cruel to those they did not consider a part of their society, and this often included the common people, and sometimes even their own who were not high enough on their social ladder. It came as no surprise then, at the end, that all of the lower classes rebelled against them, led by the Tenno no less, and wiped them out for good. What is left of Orokin technology, which is probably some of the most advanced in the game, is greedily hoarded and fought over by the different factions of the game, up to and including the Tenno themselves, as they are extremely advanced and powerful. In the present, as mentioned earlier, the entire solar system, called the Origin System in Warframe, is locked in a great war between multiple factions. There is the Grineer, which I briefly talked about, who are cloned warriors, specifically created for combat and ruled over by their twin queens, who have ruled over them since the fall of the Orokin Empire. Then you have the Corpus, who are essentially one big ruthless megacorporation ruled by greedy scammers and take everything they can from people up to and including their organic body parts, and are very distrustful of women to boot. Again, trapped in all this are the common people, such as the Ostrons of Earth, the cyborg Solaris of Venus, and the many primitive tribes that have made their home on Mars. Finally, preying on all of these are the Infested, which are zombies or monsters created by the Technocyte Plague. But the Tenno aren't alone in their fight to save the solar system, nor are they powerless. In their possession are the amazing Warframes, which, for lack of better terms, are like space ninjas with superpowers. They can easily jump dozens upon dozens of meters into the air, stick to walls like insects, and operate devastating weaponry that can only be operated with superhuman strength. Examples of these Warframes include Excalibur, a sword master Warframe capable of using swords to bisect enemies and turn them into minced meat. Mag, a Warframe with magnetic powers that can easily control incoming weapons fire, and Volt, who is gifted with the powers of electricity and super speed. Note though that these are only some of the Warframes that are available, as there are more than 50 of them now that are available for players to collect or customize to their heart's content. Aiding the Tenno are a vast plethora of allies, including the mysterious Lotus, the lovable rogue Darvo, and the funny but powerful Clem. The foremost of these, of course, is the Lotus herself, who speaks to the Tenno through a computer voice and provides them with guidance throughout their missions. Darvo is a member of the Corpus, who, while also prioritizing profit, is willing to do so without harming innocents, and is generally fair when it comes to trade. Clem is a Grineer rebel who is out to fight against his former comrades, who he sees have essentially become slaves to their twin queens. There are also the many syndicates found throughout the game, such as Steel Meridian, Grineer rebels who protect those that want nothing to do with the war from harm, the Perrin Sequence, a more ethical offshoot of the Corpus, who want to profit in a way that is beneficial to all and see charity as a sign of both prosperity and superiority, and the Red Veil, who are essentially normal humans with a burning hatred for all who oppress humanity. And these are just some of the few that you'll see in Warframe. And before I go on further, let me tell you that this game is completely free. You heard me, it's free. That's no joke, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to pay a dime to play this game as long as you have a good enough computer. I mean, yes, you can still use real-world money to buy platinum. Warframe's in-universe currency that can afford you everything from cool cosmetics for your in-game equipment to things like a new Warframe or even powerful new weapons. However, the purchase and use of platinum are purely optional, and you can still attain the same rewards through battling your way through missions or engaging in one of the numerous non-combat activities such as fishing, mining, or acting to preserve wildlife across 3 planets. For almost a decade, much of Warframe lore was kept secret, and was only gradually revealed through a series of updates since the game started. What was once a simple shoot and slash game with space ninjas became the background for a story as old as time, that of the struggle for freedom and meaning for an uncaring universe, and the courage to fight oppression and injustice wherever one may find it. With the release of a new expansion, one can only wonder what adventures are in store for the Tenno and their allies. Anyway, that's it for this episode of Natural Juan. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications. If you would also like to support my channel, you'll find my Patreon, PayPal, and Gcash information in the description below. Natural Juan, extra! distracting. I gotta feed my Kubro.